Hello and welcome to Critical Strike 139. I'm Josh, and here with me is Bill.
Yep.
And Kyle.
I don't know what to do. No one told me what to do.
It's April Fool. We're not actually doing a podcast. Goodbye.
Fuck it, peace.
Oh, that is today.
Yeah, I've just been avoiding the internet altogether.
Yeah.
Man, it's amazing what happens when you don't pay attention to the internet or your phone all day on a weekend.
Kyle, you should be like, "Hey Nancy, I love you." April Fools, I want a divorce.
Yeah.
I know, Nancy. I know.
Oh, that means the Wawa at Temple is probably a fucking joke.
Yeah.
What?
I saw her post that.
No, on Temple's campus, there's like this grody 7-Eleven that's been there for like 20 years. So Wawa just announced that they were going to be replacing the 7-Eleven with a Wawa, and there was much rejoicing.
You have been fooled, Kyle.
Or if we've probably been fooled.
Potentially.
Or they're actually doing... It is an April's Fool joke, but they're doing it to gauge the community response to see if it's actually worth it.
I mean, you gotta think, if that place has stayed in business, making it a better establishment in any way seems like a good call.
Yeah, but Wawas typically don't open up in bad areas, and North Philadelphia is not exactly the greatest place to be.
Aren't there a lot of people that were born and raised there? A lot of playgrounds?
Yeah. You're thinking of West Philadelphia.
It took me a couple...
So you're thinking of UPenn, not Temple.
It took me a little bit to get that reference, but
We got the jokes today.
I never watched that show.
Yeah, you never watched Fresh Prince. I don't believe
No,
it.
I honestly never
Fucking
did.
liar.
No,
you are a liar.
I swear to God, I never did.
Josh is a racist.
That is
No.
fake news, everybody. Josh McNeil dropping some fake news.
No, honestly, I've honestly never seen that show.
That's not
Maybe like an
possible.
episode here or there. I don't watch, or even back then, I didn't watch much TV.
Is it because they're rich, Josh?
No.
Yeah, that's the reason.
I honestly did not watch a lot of TV.
Josh also didn't watch Family Matters.
I did watch Family Matters.
Is that the Michael
I'm
J.
sure you
Fox?
did.
Is that Michael J. Fox show?
No, that was Carl Winslow.
You
Yeah,
a liar
that's one
if
with
you said
Urkel.
you didn't. Yeah.
Urkel.
If you didn't watch TGI Fridays or whatever the fuck it was called back then,
TGIF?
Yeah,
there you go.
TGIF.
Motherfucker. Thank God it's Friday.
Yep.
everybody watched that.
Full House.
Balky.
Yep.
Was that on?
Boy Meets World.
That wasn't on. Neither of those were on TGIF, was it?
Pretty sure, because because the show with Balky, the mom from Family Matters was like ran the elevator or something, right?
Racist.
Okay,
I think that's
here's what
that's it was.
TGIF was. It was Family Matters, Perfect Strangers, Step by Step, Boy Meets World, Full House, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
God, Step by Step. I remember that. That was the one with the kid that lived in the van and then starred in Kickboxer 2.
I don't know if I know that one.
He was David Sloan.
Oh, right, the two families coming together.
Yeah, that fucking modern day retarded Brady Bunch.
Gotcha.
Yep.
See, America, broken families are just like you.
So I did watch some of that stuff and like dinosaurs and shows like that, but I honestly did not watch Fresh Prince, which is weird.
I feel like my opinion of you has somehow dropped a notch lower.
I didn't watch TV.
Okay. You just spend all of your time foraging and building nests, or what?
No, I was always outside. I was always hanging out with people.
Of course he was always outside.
Like, is it wrong that I just think that you're just in the backyard standing there amongst the trees?
I used to be a social butterfly, Bill.
Yeah.
Then people started taking pictures of him, and things got weird.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Just the 10 of us. What the fuck is that?
Anyway, let's not get trapped into the TGIF.
Oh, it was a spin-off of Growing
You
Pains.
cunt. So, Kyle, any unfortunate stories?
Got my wisdom teeth taken out a couple weeks ago. You guys remember that?
Kyle on dope is funny, Kyle.
Yeah, apparently I'm one of the few people who they just go all in when it comes to opiates. Because I popped one and 15 minutes later I was passed out. Like literally asleep. I was just out for 2 hours.
Yeah, he's not exaggerating. He was sitting there. I'm going to take my pill now. 5 minutes later, where's Kyle? Oh, he's asleep. Oh.
So what's going on with you, Nancy?
Oh, that was the day that we messed with the delivery guy when we were on speaker in your house.
Oh, yeah, where Bill started making sounds like a fucking animal.
I made one sound and then you guys took it too far.
I mean, isn't that the normal thing?
Yeah, I am the instigator sometimes.
Oh. What the fuck is wrong with you two?
What are you talking about?
No.
Like, seriously?
Well,
who does that? Who does that?
The Skype speaker was playing because everyone was playing Zelda together, and then this strange delivery guy with your groceries showed up, and it seemed like something really funny if there was just bird whistles and like dog barks coming out of a random speaker.
Like, remember that?
Nan said it apparently was really awkward.
Remember the time, Kyle, at your apartment where I was having a conversation with one of your pizza delivery guys?
Oh, yeah, the Domino's guy.
Yeah. It was kind of like that, just worse.
See, I only talk to delivery guys through Skype or something.
When I'm not actually there.
And I don't mind. I don't have to see them. It's the difference.
Right, I don't have to associate with them.
Yeah.
So, in addition to being very sensitive to the effects, I was apparently incredibly sensitive to the withdrawal, which I didn't know you could get withdrawal symptoms for taking it for 3 days.
Yeah, it's hardcore narcotics, sort of a problem in our country, Kyle.
I understand. I honestly, for real, Bill, I understand that now.
Really?
Because when I was basically having a fever dream and racked with awful pain and throughout my whole body, I was like, man, I probably should take another one of these so this would stop. And I was like, oh,
I get it now.
This is why that happens.
It'd be so good if Kyle starts having visions and kind of like in Wayne's World 2 where he sees the naked Indian and he starts following him.
Yeah.
That's going to be
I have
Kyle.
spice dreams.
Yo, I can translate some Klingon for a pill, man. I got you. What do you got?
Oh, he goes over to his neighbors. Y'all got any of those pills? I'll suck your dick.
Oh, apparently she offered Nick ecstasy yesterday.
Of course she did. Why wouldn't that be a neighborly thing to have happen?
I know. The fucking perfect segue. Apparently she was fucking high as shit or doing something. She had this half-hour intense conversation with Nance where she's like, I am an avenging angel and my husband is Jesus.
Oh, God.
And I am God, but I'm the leader of the Hell's Angels and a couple of the motorcycle clubs, but I'm a good leader and I kick out the bad guys and the FBI is bugging me.
Is that her way of asking for a threesome?
God, I hope not.
So
but
when Nancy inevitably
off.
kills her, is it cool if we visit her in jail or is that awkward for you?
I think the problem's going to resolve itself.
Oh.
To be perfectly
2 letters, folks.
Perfectly honest.
O and D.
Yep.
4 people.
Yep. And then our property value takes a bit of a hit.
Yeah.
So did Nick take the ecstasy?
I don't know. I'm assuming he said no.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I would say no to drugs from a strange drug addict living a few doors down.
It would be so good, though, Bill, if, she comes up to Kyle's door, knocks on it, right? Boo-Boo freaks out. Then Kyle opens the door and she's like, hey, can I borrow, a cup of milk? I'll swap you this ecstasy.
Yeah.
And then Kyle does it.
When she asks for an alibi, that's probably the thing that's going to come up first.
Yep.
Ugh.
Man. So wisdom teeth and neighbor.
Yep. Lego bed. I mean, it's not unfortunate.
And now for the ultimate unfortunate story.
It's a little unfortunate. You were so pissy about having to carry those fucking boxes upstairs last week.
Dude, it was...
See?
14 boxes, 14 50-pound boxes that I'd bring down to the basement and then bring them upstairs.
Well.
And I smashed my hand open on the second box.
It was so good, though. We're on Skype, we're all playing Zelda, which is basically what's been going on for 2 weeks. And then Nancy's like,
3 or 4, isn't it?
by the way, Kyle, you have to bring in those boxes. You just hear Kyle go like, God fucking damn it. Like,
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. By the way, Kyle. It was by the way, my love.
Yeah.
Just
And then you hear
sugarcoating
him,
all of
like,
the situation.
out in the distance, grumbling the whole time, be like, fucking, and just bringing him upstairs.
Yeah, I got that from my dad.
Yeah,
I learned it from him.
Yeah. I would not. My response to that situation would have been quite a bit different. So you are a better man than I, Kyle.
Yeah, that had to get done.
Yeah.
So now I have a kick-ass Lego bed that's 3 feet off the fucking ground and needs a staircase.
Yeah.
You literally built your bed out of Legos.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's neat. That thing is fucking rock solid too.
It should
I would
be.
imagine
Nothing's
so.
moving
It's
that thing.
interlocking blocks.
Yeah, well, it took a lot of effort to make sure they all fucking interlocked. There's not one loose piece.
Oh, I don't imagine so. I bet it's toleranced pretty well. Yeah. It's very amusing. When do the caps get there? Or there?
I don't know. We haven't ordered them yet.
So is it uncomfortable, like, sitting in bed and having that plastic up against your thighs?
No, it's not. Like,
Really?
it took like a second. Well, it didn't take a second. It took like, I don't know, a few tries of getting in and out of bed before it was just like, oh, this is just like a half step to get out of bed.
It'd be a good height for me.
Yeah. And it's slightly taller than my old bed frame, which was also ridiculously high because I needed the storage space underneath it. But no, this is a good bed. I'm a big fan.
So how much is it? How much did the whole project run you?
$1,500.
$1,500 for a Lego bed.
Yep. For a Lego bed and Lego bed stands. Considering that's what we would have purchased, or that's what it cost for a proper bed frame, the sleigh bed that Nancy wanted, and the matching end tables. Or bedside tables, rather.
Kyle, when I inevitably go down there better be a Lego bed in my room and a Lego couch, and I want a Lego Bubo.
Why wouldn't
Yeah,
you just
see-
sleep next to his Lego bed on the floor like normal?
True. I do like sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
what I thought. You could just lay next to it and... Yep.
But then he would step on me.
No, we'd put you at the foot of the bed, like a dog.
Just waking up in the middle of the night.
I mean, not my
growling at
dog, because
Bubo.
the dog now sleeps on the Lego bed.
What?
She's got like we built out the side, so she's got like an area for her to sleep on.
But it's like another... Dog that size is like another small person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes no difference. Like the frame is like a foot and a half out from the side of the bed.
All right.
She just hangs out there.
How many times have you come close to hitting your head on that light?
None so far.
I look forward to that story.
Yeah, I can't wait until I send you guys the emergency room photos of the glass in my fucking forehead.
It was a bad weekend, and I was like, I got a couple of those pills left. And then I woke up in the hospital, and I broke the lamp.
And my neighbor had a cup of milk, and I somehow had ecstasy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Kyle's just in there licking Legos. They taste like schnozberries.
Poor Kyle.
Anything else awesome, Kyle? I can't remember.
No. I don't think so. Nothing comes to mind anyway.
Bill, anything unique with you?
I don't think so. All I do is work.
You can be traveling.
Yeah, fly to Wyoming here in a few days. But that's only for basically fly out there, go to a meeting, fly back.
Why can't you Skype that?
I like how you're leaving your state to leave in like an even more boring state.
Oh yeah. Well, I have to fly into Denver and then drive. That's the real fucking fun part.
I mean,
I tried to do a Skype thing. It's not a meeting of casual discussion. It's going to be a heated thing. Yeah, it's not going to be a good situation. We'll see if I can keep things humorous and everyone in a good mood. Otherwise, I go into dick mode. So we'll see. It's not going to be fun at all.
That's when Bill gives the hard dick in.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's where Bill sucks everybody off to get his way.
No, it's when I start to interrupt people and just say things like let's just everyone let that settle in for a second, because people have long rants worked out in their head, and I do that sometimes when I'm pissed. I like to break that up and make them lose their momentum. It's just shit like that.
All right.
Yeah, it's fun, except not at all. So
we have
Mass Effect, right?
No, we have a question. Why don't you read off the question?
We do. What will you fellas do with your daylight savings? Probably just blow it on pizza and scotch.
From Keith.
But we
Harbort.
we lost an hour. So yeah.
When was daylight savings?
Wasn't it like 3 weeks ago? Yeah.
So three or four. Basically, the weekend we all got Zelda.
Oh, I was fucking high on opiates.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
So Kyle was taking
You
lots of
lost more
naps.
than an hour, motherfucker.
Kyle was just napping during daylight savings.
I woke up, I took a pill, and I fell back asleep. That's what I did. And then I ate some Jell-O.
So Kyle ate Jell-O. I played a lot of Zelda. Probably did have pizza that Bill yelled at me for.
Well, it's because I'm your friend, you son of a bitch.
Stop eating literal poison for your body.
You eat pizza, Kyle. You eat pizza.
See, the thing is, I don't have fucking holes in my stomach.
Yeah, if my stomach was made of burlap like yours, I probably wouldn't fucking cram pizza down there, Josh.
Well, no, pizza's
No,
good.
no. The pizza's not the issue. It's the fucking horribly acidic pineapple and buffalo sauce,
So good, Kyle.
which is the issue.
So good.
Do you just dump like Pepto all over it when you're eating it to try and counter some of it?
No. I got one yesterday, and maybe like an hour before I went to bed, I was in excruciating pain, and like I think I actually said they were right.
Such a stupid twat.
And then I'll do it again next weekend.
Jesus.
I'm a stubborn man, Bill.
I know, but come on. There's other things. Find other foods.
No.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
Eat
Yeah, it
some
is. I'm a
spinach,
very
it won't
picky
fuck-
eater.
Yeah, we know. I made that joke the other day about you being afraid of like high temperatures. I think it's actually accurate.
I don't remember that joke.
You probably weren't paying attention,
No.
but it makes a lot of sense
What was the joke?
that you're afraid of warmth.
I don't understand that.
Both personal and temperature.
I'm
Yeah.
wearing a hoodie right now.
You wearing shorts, Josh? Is there not snow out on the ground? And your key phrase, it's not that cold, I'm fine.
I'm wearing a hoodie.
Do you let all of your food cool off to unnecessarily cool temperatures? Do you not normally have your window wide fucking open in the winter and then curse at birds?
They're closed right now.
Fuck you, birds!
It is funny when you get angry at the birds outside.
They're
That's the
annoying
best
as fuck.
That's the best part about spring. Like, there's flowers, fresh air, and Josh cursing out birds. You're gonna be the funniest old man. Just shaking your cane out the window.
Like, he's gonna get some sort of, like, medical treatment that will just enable his arm just to shake angrily.
Oh,
He's gonna get, like, a robot arm dedicated to that purpose.
I should just send you like a fucking parakeet or something.
I used to have birds, by the way.
Is that why you hate them? Did they attack you? Is there a story? I think there's a story.
No, I love them. But the birds that are outside are just annoying. They don't shut the fuck up.
Fucking wildlife.
I will one day develop a laser that will kill every bird in one shot.
All birds dead.
All birds.
All
I could
birds.
so see you being a henchman for Elon Musk when he turns. I could see that being a thing. I could see that.
Lord Musk, I finally developed the anti-alien laser.
I can't do the podcast this weekend, guys. We're taking over Austria, so yeah.
I finally perfected my ultraviolet laser beam.
Ugh. So weak.
Oh,
What?
bollocks.
It has a higher It's
Kyle,
supposed to be stronger.
Just don't. He's gonna be right. You know he's gonna be right.
Josh, I just learned in chemistry class about waveforms and their strengths.
Okay.
And ultraviolet apparently is supposed to be stronger.
I
I only learned about colors,
The
Josh. I didn't
waveform
know any
doesn't-
of this crap.
All right. Anyway,
Josh doesn't see colors. You fucking racist.
Bill, we know that's a lie because you did not watch Family Matters or Fresh Prince.
it's true. No, I did watch Family Matters.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I-
Josh, that's a lie.
No, I
I
did.
listened to the show as I found the moving pictures offensive.
No, I used to love the old. Remember the little Urkel mobile where you open up the very front of the car?
Yeah,
I always wanted one of those. Now I wouldn't fit in it.
I'd probably pay some money to see if you could.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, Bill.
Oh man.
Why don't you tell everybody what you've been doing so I can mute myself and hide in shame?
Well, why don't we just have Kyle lead off with his one other thing to talk about? Because then it's just going to be us all talking about.
Why
the same
don't you? All right, Kyle, go.
I've got two things. Well, I guess you got a couple things. So, Mass Effect came out, and it's not good.
This Kyle.
It's,
what did I
it's
say?
fucking bad.
This is going to be the one Mass Effect that I go out and buy and absolutely love because everybody else hated it.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact you're replaying Zelda instead of Mass Effect, that should really be all anyone needs to hear.
Yeah,
That's a real thing.
I don't get it. I don't get how, like, so, like, there should be like a one step forward and maybe like a one step back if like they switch to like a different, I guess, team. What it seems like happened is they took a step forward, slipped, and then tumbled down a mountainside and then crashed on the rocks below.
They pulled a Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
It's if an entire development team was made up of me made this game. Except I didn't make a game that I liked. I just fucked everything up.
You got angry because you weren't getting to make the game you wanted, so you just made it shitty.
Yeah. The animations are super janky. The facial animations are janky. The character creator is fucking garbage. You can't customize shit. You basically, like the character creator, you choose 8 faces, and then that's it. You can't do anything else. You can tweak them a bit, but that's it. You can't switch out the eyes. You can't switch out the mouths. You can't do anything. It's like, this is the face. You can lift the eyes up a little bit and move the nose in and out, but that's about it. It's like, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
The voice acting's dumb. It's not good. The scanning is bullshit and busy work and not fun.
Yeah, it's not like Dragon Age where you click the button and you have a ring of searchability that shows you if there's things in proximity, right? You have to actually bring up a viewfinder for all intents and purposes, right?
Yeah. And it's not like interesting stuff. So I equated it to Metroid Prime. Like you had a scanning visor that you could scan shit and it would tell you useful information. But it was voluntary. You didn't have to do it. They make you do this in order to get resources. But the shit you scan is like, the visor's dumb. You can't move at full speed. It doesn't take up the whole screen. So you have to like move. You have to look everything. So you're constantly moving the shit back and forth. It's integrated with the actual gameplay. So it's not like a separate mini game like the other scanning things in the previous Mass Effects, like the planet scanner and all that stuff.
I mean, why didn't they just copy Batman? Everyone would have been happy with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And then, like, the shit doesn't make sense in the game. So we're in another galaxy, completely separated, no one's seen shit of the Milky Way or any of that bull crap. And I stumble upon this ancient ruin. This is the first time we've ever been on this planet, and I find a fucking scope for an assault rifle. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? How does this even make sense?
It's not all just like foreign galaxy weaponry?
No. Like, the first thing I found was a scope to an assault rifle. And it's not like, oh, this came from like our downed ship. It was like, no, this was in ancient, like these were in ruins that I had to go and unlock and open up and explore. And there was a chest that I opened up and there was a scope inside of it.
Yeah.
The enemies that I've, like the aliens I've seen are completely, there's no inspiration in them.
They're just generic baddies.
they're bipedal creatures with, 2 arms, a face. They're humanoid, and it's like they look like they look like a palette swapped collector with a different head.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so lazy.
So is the story just proper exploration and then plot points will come up, or is there a grander story they're trying to tell? Or
I don't know. I played 45 minutes of it and I was like, I'm probably going to return this.
That sucks, man.
The movement and stuff feels really bad. So you have a jetpack so you can like jump around and shoot around during combat, which seems like it would be fun, but I don't know, it doesn't feel good. But you have this jetpack and you can go like 30 feet really quickly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, the way the motion acts and the way you behave, it's like you basically instantly teleport there. So it's very jarring to move with that. Anytime that my guy has taken either a fall or a step off of like a 3-inch platform, he makes this bone-crushing hurt sound. Like really? And it's the same sound effect. Yeah, it's the same sound effect over and over again.
Oh.
So if like you're walking and you like go down a step, he's like,
Good
I'm
God.
like, what the fuck is this? I've been like so looking forward to this game, and I get this thing. This game that they're like, oh, this is not going to sell well. Quick, slap a Mass Effect title on it. Call it something else.
I mean, I've watched enough of the videos that have went around to where the interaction with the other characters seems really bad, and that's always been the strong point in their games.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Age, I get that it's just going to be weird, but I'm okay with that universe. But Mass Effect was always proper conversations and interesting characters. They had real hired actors that you knew because they brought a lot to the table and you cared about them just by listening to them. This seems terrible.
I don't care about like big name actors or whatever. I just want them to be good.
Well, that's what I mean. Though. They hired people that are good. You know what I mean? And these people, when they were going through the list, sure, they haven't done much. That doesn't mean a whole lot, but it sounds really bad. Like just poorly timed, bad jokes and kind of disjointed discussions and tones that jump all over the place.
Yeah, and it's so like Morden is my favorite character. He's voiced by effectively a nobody. I mean, he's done a lot of like small time voice acting stuff, but I fucking love the way he was Morden.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that guy was a fucking great character.
Yeah,
especially when he slipped in the STD jokes. I still remember that. That's funny. It was funny. I mean, Josh wouldn't have laughed at it, but I thought it was funny.
Funny like a clown.
Funny like your fucking stomach.
Yeah, ooh.
I mean, I've said it for years, BioWare and Bethesda are terrible companies, and you guys are like, oh, their games are amazing. Everything about them is revolutionary.
They make a lot of good games, Josh.
And here's the other fucking thing is you don't control your teammates. So, on the other Mass Effects, you balance out your team. It's like, okay, so...
couldn't you switch to controlling them?
Biotic guy, how about you do like the shield thing to nuke out their shields, and then I'm going to tell the electronic dude to like send out an EMP to disable those fucking robots, and then I'm going to run in there and punch him in the face because that's what I do. You don't do that. Like you can't give out attack orders. You can say, yeah, go here or go there, but that's the amount of orders that you can give.
That sucks because I had a pretty good system down in a good portion of that game. Huh. Yeah, because Dragon Age, you can still completely take over and set up all of the tactics, and if you just want to clip to them and make them use a certain ability real quick.
Yeah, that's... I mean, Mass Effect never really had that, but that's completely gone. And I was like, okay, I'm still early on in the game. Maybe they haven't introduced it for some reason. I was talking to one of my student workers about it. He's like, no. They just don't... You just don't do that.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of this. I'm not going to pay full price. I'll buy it at some point in the future on PC, but it's no longer a priority.
Well, I
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah, it's I wish I waited 6 months, because then there would have at least hopefully have been a patch or something to.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like something they're
something.
going to fix with a patch, you know?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm playing it on the PS4 and not the PC that everything looks like crap.
No. I watched some
No,
of the
they're using
comparison
the-
videos.
They're still using the old engine.
No, they're using Frostbite. That's not the engine that they used. They made Mass Effect with.
Are they using
Yeah.
Frostbite? I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're using Frostbite, which is the exact reason why I got it on the PS4. Because every time I've played a game with the fucking Frostbite engine, both of my computers have just been like, "Yeah, here's a bunch of weird problems."
Yeah, I mean, I know that some of the worlds get far more interesting after the first couple few, and a lot of the environments look really pretty, but I don't know. Like Dragon Age's busy work worked for me because I don't know, it just made sense on that kind of game. But this, the busy work with that scanning looks terrible.
Yeah, better scan this shit so you can have enough points to upgrade, and you have to do it while you're playing the game instead of like doing a completely separate, essentially mini game to do it. That way it doesn't feel like it's dragging down all of the gameplay of the actual game.
Yeah, I'll play it at some point this year probably, but it's gonna be a bit.
Man, between
I'd wait until it's like super fucking cheap, honestly. Maybe get some I'd wait for a game of the year. Get some DLC in that.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's super long anyway. Yeah, I don't know.
poor Kyle, all the games that he was like excited for, like Final Fantasy 15, Mass Effect, Dishonored.
Yeah. After Zelda, I was thinking back, I'm like, almost all of the games I've been looking forward to for the past 3 years have shat the bed.
You still got The Witcher, Kyle.
Yeah, I do have The Witcher. I mean, that was unexpected. That I don't include that because I wasn't really waiting for that one.
Yeah, that was just something you were going to get to at some point.
Yeah. But fucking Destiny didn't live up to it.
Destiny 2 doesn't look much better.
Yeah. I'm just really disappointed in the fucking gaming industry lately.
Oh,
Somebody's turning into a Josh, see?
I'm gonna take my Joy-Cons and go home.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I just don't know what the fuck is going on.
Everything's designed by a committee, and I don't like the small level indie games very much because it's just not what I'm wanting. There's just not a lot of sweet middle ground spots.
All right, the problem is, right, they were trying to strike gold again with Mass Effect, using the same formula, using the same exact ideas, rather than trying different things.
Well, no,
Like,
the
when-
universe is great. I want
see-
games in the universe.
No. What I'm
They
saying
could have
is,
made Mass Effect really fucking cool, though. They could have been like, oh, here's some completely fucking crazy looking alien.
no, but they focused on the wrong things, right? Like, they even came out and advertised that there were going to be more love-making scenes and stuff like that. They focused on the wrong shit.
Yeah, I kind of wanted the story to be now that the universe was saved. Now people are going to start fighting for new territories, and that just more wars with the same people would have been fine. You know, like that sounds even more interesting than the stupid Reaver shit. But so when did these people left before the Reavers, right?
I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet.
Well,
I don't know any of the fucking story.
I want to say that was the story.
So,
Because otherwise it doesn't make sense, because this would be an infinite amount of time later, right? Like, if you're going to leave the galaxy...
It is literally 600 years later.
But that doesn't even make sense.
Right.
To travel to another galaxy, it's incomprehensible to our brains. Like, it would just be... Yeah, whatever. Fine.
So Mass Effect, what was the other one? Oh, Fallout 4. Big games like that, they're all just doing the same exact shit. They really are. It's boring.
Fallout 4 was...
And they're not even doing it as well as they did the first time. I'm not saying Mass Effect, like, I played Mass Effect, one of them, probably 2 or 3, but even that game was janky as shit with the animations and everything, but this one just looks bad.
Yeah, but most RPGs are sort of janky,
No, but I'm
I'm okay with it.
This one just looks bad.
Yeah, there's like some crab walking stuff that
I'm okay with that if it's like an open world game, but this isn't really an open world game.
Well, there's a lot of
Not really an
maps,
open world
though.
game, Bill. It's not like in Fallout where you just travel and you don't really have loading.
No, I'll give you that. It's open zone, we'll say.
BioWare sucks.
Well, they do sort of suck, yeah. I mean, I finished Dragon Age, but still, that's just because of the interest in that type of story and the fantasy setting. There was a lot of mindless busy work, but there's also a lot of cool things that happened along the way, and I was into it. It's neat, but this just doesn't seem like it has the story to carry you through. Like the main story of Dragon Age was convoluted and dumb, but there were just a lot of other little things that were super fun and neat. This doesn't seem to have that.
I mean, I hate to say it because I know you guys really like BioWare and Bethesda type games, but looking at where RPGs are now, right? Like The Witcher. The Witcher is a perfect example. And then side type RPGs like Dark Souls and stuff like that. Like they left those games in the past. They've gone forward and came up with new ideas and did different things. Like The Witcher, that kicked the shit out of all those old school RPGs at this point.
Yeah, I think Bethesda, whatever they were working on for the next Elder Scrolls game, after that game came out and after the cold reception of Fallout, I think they probably scrapped a lot of stuff and said, we have to go back to the drawing board now.
Yeah.
This changed the game. It's different now.
They've in a way, these companies have been making KOTOR over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
But
Well, people enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is it's time for something new.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what the Red Dead Redemption is going to end up like because of the time that's passed and, look at what GTA 5 actually was and how good that was. I'm interested to see what that's going to be.
But that's a company that always changes things up and comes up with new ideas for their games. Like no Grand Theft Auto is identical.
No, but I think it's going to be a pretty big step, I think.
Yeah.
I look forward to that. I got stuck and didn't finish the first one because there's some, the escort missions and things always break my enjoyment of a game and I just stopped playing it. But
And it goes on to like one of the games that we've all been playing the most, Zelda right now, right? I've hated almost every Zelda game since Ocarina of Time, outside of Majora's Mask, because they've all been Ocarina of Time. Every single one of them.
even Link Between Worlds?
No, I'm saying like the main big ones.
Okay. A Link Between Worlds is not one of the big ones?
It's a
Yeah, but a
handheld
Link
one.
Between Worlds, even I couldn't get through it. I've tried twice. I get to the Dark World or whatnot, and I just lose interest.
It was pretty boring. But then finally, they after Skyward Sword was so fucking terrible, they mixed it up, and now we have a good Zelda again.
Fucking amazing as Zelda is what we've got.
Yeah. The issues it has aside, no lie, I put 130 fucking hours into that game.
Yeah, I'm at.
And
just
I'm
under
gladly
60.
going to put in probably another 100 hours into it.
Well, before we start talking about Zelda, what I'm saying is, if Nintendo of all fucking companies can come up with a new formula for one of their major franchises, there's no reason why Bethesda and BioWare can't do something different.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
Bethesda more so, I think, because BioWare is EA, and when you read into the development of this game and you read all of the micromanaging and design by committee stuff, I don't know if they can. Everything they're trying to make has to be this ginormous, $100 million game where it doesn't have to be, right? I mean, it's just, I don't know. What do you think Zelda probably cost to make? It's got to be a fraction of that Mass Effect game.
Yeah,
and
but
granted,
also
the art's a lot different, but you know what I mean? They focused on how can we make this fun? And they kept down that line where even just listening to Kyle talk, there's so many different teams working in so many different aspects that shit comes together in a big mess.
right, but that's one of the. I'll throw it there. Is like, again, you mentioned Zelda. It doesn't look amazing, right? They have a. I mean, it looks good.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it has its own art style, and
Yeah.
and by that I mean they were able to make it run decently on the hardware, and not push everything, but it looks good. I.e., like Blizzard always does, right? Blizzard doesn't make these massive, realistic looking games like EA tries to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think EA would. They wouldn't make a game that looked like that.
They
even though
absolutely
they
wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
I don't know. It might be. I lost a lot of. They lost a lot of capital with me with Mass Effect 3. This sounds like that's shot that one in the foot. I don't play the MMOs, so there's no KOTOR for me. Battlefront's a shit show. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. It's weird. It honestly seems like they need somebody to step in as a new head and change just the entire culture. Cut things up. Get rid of some nonsense.
Yep. And they need some new IPs.
I know, but I like the Mass Effect universe. That's the thing.
No, I'm yeah, but also like Bethesda, they need some new IPs.
Well, Bethesda.
They're both
Yeah,
on
but-
the same train, as far as I'm concerned. They're both in the same direction. Both companies.
I don't know. I don't know. If the next Elder Scrolls game is just basically Skyrim that looks a little bit better, but it's shittier, just like Fallout was, I would say that the next Elder Scrolls isn't or anything they make isn't just a buy it that day type of game. I'm going to sit and listen to what Kyle has to say for a while and actually pay
Why do
attention.
I have to buy it?
Because you know you're going to fucking buy whatever Elder Scrolls game's next. You're going to buy it day one, and you and Nancy's going to be there helping you. Come on. Right? Kyle?
Yeah, that's what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yep. I don't know.
So what do you do after this now, Kyle? Do you go back to Final Fantasy?
I haven't thought about it, honestly.
Go to The Witcher.
I think I'll probably go. I'll give Mass Effect like maybe another couple hours, but maybe I'll go back to Final Fantasy.
Maybe they'll do like what Bill said. It's like with Final Fantasy, what, in a year or so, they're fixing the story with a big patch. Maybe they'll do that with Mass Effect.
Yeah, they tried that once, and it was still shitty. I don't have any faith in that.
I don't know.
Remember
yeah.
the ending of 3? They tried to go back and fix it.
Oh no,
because,
I very very much remember the ending of 3.
Yeah.
I
I
feel for
think
you,
Kyle,
Kyle.
he'll break and he'll give Dishonored another shot out of spite.
Well, I'll play it on the PC probably when I get a new card, either early next year or late this year. But
I feel for you, Kyle. I mean, it sucks when games that you're excited for are terrible.
and it's like I don't have a lot of time. I
No.
don't got a lot of time to play these things, and
Right.
I want to play good things.
You have Dark Souls 3.
I do have that, but it's not portable.
And it's terrible. I'm just saying, they've been making the same game for a while now. They really got to mix it up.
No, they have been. Every single one is different.
I'm just busting balls, Josh.
One was great, two was terrible. It was very different.
So, should we just pull an April Fool's and not talk about Zelda at all?
April Fools, we're killing the podcast again.
None of us have even played it, suckers!
Yeah, it was all a lie. None
It's
of us
not
bought
like,
Switches.
between the three of us and Tony, it's not like there's 250 hours played or anything like that. That's all we've done on Skype for hours and hours at a time, sharing secrets and.
It's funny
loving it.
that we were saying, or I was saying, this is the first game in God knows how long that we've all been playing at the same time.
Yeah.
I can't think of the last game we did that.
No, not like this.
It had to have been
This,
Skyrim.
Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had to have been Skyrim.
It was.
Because that was the age of the dick house when we were all talking about what mods we used.
I mean, we'll send around screenshots from either I take on my phone or you guys kick around from what pulls off the Switch. Like, oh, this is where I found this. This is what I'm doing here. Oh, you got to check this out. Oh, we're all bowling at the same time. That's what I'll remember more than anything. Like, there was a lot of fun and just everyone doing completely different things.
If you see a centaur, fucking run.
Yeah, run, just run.
Just run. It's
Because
not
they're
worth
gonna
it.
run at you. So if there's a little exclamation point above them, it's already too late.
It's done.
Question mark? You might make it. Maybe. Bah. I don't even know where you start with this experience, right? I was just not expecting this at all. I wasn't excited about it at all.
Here's a question for the two of you. Are you surprised that I got it?
No.
No,
Not at
because
all.
you're buying a Switch. There's nothing else to fucking play on the thing.
You didn't even know I was getting a Switch.
We all knew you were gonna get a Switch, Josh. Josh.
You were going to buy a Switch so you could say it was awful and it was dumb, and Nintendo's dying, and there's nothing to do to save Nintendo. They should just stop making consoles and just stick to first parties.
Oh, wait, let me take off my David mask. Yo, guys, WrestleMania's tomorrow. Brother. Anyway.
Oh, man.
No, I was actually excited for the Switch.
Yeah, you were. Because you like new consoles. I get it.
Right. I love new toys. It wasn't until after the fact that I actually felt that optimism about it.
Yeah. I don't have any optimism. I don't have any interest in getting one. Maybe
But
in a few years.
As far as Zelda is concerned, it is very beautiful. It runs decent. Actually, it runs better on the Switch now, but...
The patch did help.
Yeah, everywhere except for the place that you get the Master Sword.
Ah.
Yeah, that was basically a slideshow for me when I got there.
Yeah, that's the only area where I've had stutter ever since.
Or where there was a lot of fire.
No, it doesn't have a problem on the Switch.
Okay. Well, it did on the Wii U.
Well, it's a Wii U.
On a cliffside, 3 of the larger skeletons popped up, and that killed me a couple times, just because there's a lot of moving parts on them, like rolling down the hill and physics and things.
That hasn't been a problem on the Switch.
But it's so rare that I'm not bitchy about it. I mean, it happens. It's not the end of the fucking world.
Have you tried it since they released that patch?
No. All I have time is on the weekends, man.
Yeah. So, the thing about Zelda that I am the most excited about and happy is it's new, it's different, right? And they're not really doing a lot of different things that we haven't seen in other games, but it's new to Zelda and it has that weird Nintendo twist on it. But it's nice to see an open world, right? Not
big fucking open world.
Yeah, and it's nice to have basically go, as we always say with our own, like in our own group, we always say we like these games where we have to make our own fun. Mm-hmm. And that's essentially what we're all doing, is we're having our own fun. And, and that makes me excited for this game versus the other Zeldas. You're always on the set path, getting to the same dungeon, doing the same fire dungeon, going to the water temple, doing the water temple.
There's no reason to. There's really no reason to explore in the other Zeldas. Like here, exploring and finding weird shit is like the biggest part of it for me. I walked a beach line for like an hour and a half just seeing what I found the other day. Or spending 25 minutes trying to climb this one cliff to see if anything was up there. Like it's fun. It's not like necessarily a huge payoff if there is something, but it's just the exploring that's super, super fun.
There's almost always something there too.
Yeah.
Every bit of exploration, every bit of deviancy from anything, there's something that's like, oh, here you go. It might be, it's like, oh, here's a weapon. Or, hey, here's a jewel. Or, hey, here's,
Opal!
Yeah.
Opal!
Here is something. Here's a Korok seed. Here's a shrine.
Yeah, I just didn't want another game of 9 to 13 dungeons. They're all just these elaborate, stupid puzzles that just, I'm tired of playing. That's why I couldn't stick with the DS version. And this has none of that. I mean, they are puzzles and dungeons, but it's fresh.
You don't even have to
different.
fucking do them.
Yeah. Well, not even the shrines, but I mean the beast temples.
No, you don't have to do them.
I know you don't. But you want to. That's the difference.
And the labyrinths.
I genuinely want to. Yeah. And the labyrinths. Which I totally have cheated, but I don't care. I'm not going to go walk around them.
Ultimately, I've never seen a Nintendo game this open and with this much to do. Right? And that's why...
There's busy work, but it's not busy work. Does that make sense?
Dude, according to the Switch, I have 110 hours in this game, right?
Yeah.
And I've only done 2 of the Divine Beast. And I'm just having fun exploring and doing shrines.
Yeah. Like Assassin's Creed, that's a lot of busy work. To Dragon Age, a lot of busy work. This just doesn't seem like busy work. I mean, I know there's probably side quests that could be chalked into that, but not anything I'm doing. I want to be looking for all of these shrines. I like it when I come across puzzles where I get seeds. It's awesome. It's genuinely fun.
And Kyle kind of said it once where this game scales amazingly, right? Like,
yeah,
you're you're not leveling. You're not getting stats. But somehow you end up a badass and you feel like a badass.
Yeah, you go from literally hitting things with a stick naked to being in this fucking awesome armor with these really great weapons, reflecting like beams of ancient
Lasers.
technology back at other things. And you're just like, I know how I got here.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't, I put 30 points in shield reflect and I got these feats. It's like, no, you just did it. It just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is one of the biggest wonders that Nintendo has pulled this off, because they are one of the most closed-minded companies out there with trying different things.
There's a lot in this that is not par for the course with them.
And Bill, this is exactly why when I rewatched the Super Mario Odyssey trailer, I was like, all right, maybe there's something here that they're going with.
Possibly.
Like after this, I felt a little better.
One of the coolest things about it is Tony is basically the fourth. David has it now, but it's really been us four. He hasn't played quite as much. But from the spawn area, we all went sort of in different directions and did different shit.
Yeah.
And that's unique and kind of cool. Because you can just go anywhere. It's not like Skyrim or certain other RPGs where you hit areas like, I shouldn't be here. So you kind of wedge yourself into where you're comfortable. You can just kind of go anywhere. And like you said, you just slowly get better and stronger, and it all just sort of works out.
Kind of like Dark Souls.
Yeah, but it's not stupidly hard and dumb.
This game is actually hard in the beginning. Like, you die a lot.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny when you do, you know? Like, what's the one guy's video with all the deaths and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, donkey.
This guy. Like, I'm not mad when I die. Like, Dark Souls, I get kind of frustrated and pissed very quickly. But this, it's just, meh. Because there's no XP. I'm not collecting souls. It doesn't really matter. I just reload. Here we go. Okay with it.
I think the other thing I love about it is there's like the physics engine now, but now there's like a logic to the game. It's like, oh, I'm fucking cold, so I gotta like warm myself up at the fire.
God,
or
yeah. We haven't even
eat
talked
cold
about
things
that.
to make me cooler when I'm in like a fucking desert.
Oh,
Or-
here's a bunch of peppers. I'm going to cook those into some meals for the next time I'm up in the cold.
Yeah,
Because we didn't have money for cold gear.
I have an axe and I see this tree. I wonder if I can cut down this tree and hit that guy with the falling tree. And yeah, you can do that.
Yep.
You can make an ornate fucking catapult and kill guys.
Yep. One of my favorite things is the guys that are riding on the horses and shooting arrows at you. Mm-hmm. I love using the stasis power on the guy, and the horse just keeps running.
And you grab his horse and ride away.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about doing that, Josh. And that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Do they
they-
just like fall to the ground?
Yeah, and then they look around me like, huh? What happened?
Have you tried stasising them and hitting them with a bomb arrow so they just like fucking fly away?
Yep.
Awesome.
Or like if you like the characters, if you put something down, like you put one of your bombs down by them, they'll pick it up and hold it over their head and go to throw it at you. But if like they're holding a barrel and you shoot it, it'll like land on their head and they're like, what the fuck just happened? Like there is a strange logic with everything. Things that you like, it actually makes you want to experiment.
Yeah, it really does.
And
Like,
we
people
all,
are-
we sharing those experiments, and when they work out and when they don't has been one of the most fun parts about it.
One of the best videos I've been seeing is people getting on the rafts and putting the octo balloons on it
Oh yeah.
and flying away.
Get ready to set sail.
Like, there's so many weird things you can do.
And just little things that you don't even think about doing. Like you said, throwing a rusty weepon and having one of those guys suck it up. When they kick it back out, the weapon's fixed. Granted, it's
Wait.
nonsense, but
What?
yeah.
So if you have there's a lot of rusty weapons at the beginning of the
Yeah.
game. If you pick those up and you go to one of the Octoroks near Death Mountain and you throw it at them, they'll suck it up. And then when you kill them, or sometimes they'll spit it out, they'll spit out like a pretty good weapon.
Yep.
Well, fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, since you're starting your second playthrough, it might be a little advantageous.
Yeah, it totally is.
But again, there's so many things that none of us know, and I'm sure there's even more.
Yeah, I'm sure there's all kinds of weird little fucking things.
Like Kyle said, he's 130 hours into it, and he's still finding things out.
Yeah. And I thought I was like being pretty adventurous with like, oh, like what if I do this or what if I do that?
Bill was saying he had a hard time getting to a certain area, and I was like, well, I think it was the desert area, and I was like, well, do you have an ice sword? Well, wield the ice sword, and it'll cool you off so you can get down there.
Yeah.
Which that same logic carried into me having the meteor fire rod standing next to ice and melting it instead of using flint and wood to start a fire. I can just stand next to it and it slowly melts.
Uh-huh.
It's awesome.
Or, guys, I'm out of fucking cold resist stuff, and I don't have any cold gear, and I'm fighting this dragon on the mountainside, and Bill's like, why don't you just make a fire? And I'm like, that's not going to work. And it totally worked.
Yep.
So I made a camp, and I just fucking fought this dragon on a mountainside.
In the cooking, I sort of wish that they could streamline the cooking a little bit and allow me to keep recipes, or just allow me to, like, when I go in to cook, if, you know, show the recipes on a block and it says I can make 6 of those and just let me make 6. There's things that you could do to improve it, but I don't really find it that annoying. It's kind of fun sometimes to see what you end up with. Yeah. Instead of health potions, picking those up all over the place. I like hunting and collecting like resources and herbs and vegetables and making shit.
Hey, the fairies and the items. I wonder if I can cook the fairy. And yes, you can.
Yep.
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, and don't forget to add salt, Josh. Salt usually helps stuff.
Yeah,
quite
salt
a bit.
almost always gives you like an extra 5 hearts.
Yep.
I mean, I cooked the 5 durian thing, and I get the plus 20 hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that, and I have a bunch of those that I went over and hoarded those.
Yeah, so that's primarily what I cook, or the 5 bananas, and you get the 3 plus attack.
Yeah.
But there's just so many times where one of us is playing and we're like, what the fuck is this? And then it's this exciting exploration moment where you just come across something that's so cool, or you creep through this one little area and you have this amazing view of the entire map. Like it's so good.
So ultimately, this game gives me some hope for Nintendo, and I hope that they build off of this. Don't make the same game again. Don't this is our new Ocarina of Time. The next 3 are going to be just like this.
Yeah, they're going to be open world, explorative things.
Right, but build off of it. Just don't make the same exact game.
Like, this is a really good example, because, I mean, they could have easily have made another Wind Waker, because this is clearly an extension of the Wind Waker Zeldas.
You're so gay.
It is. It is. And fuck you guys for doubting me.
I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting you at all. I'm just saying you're so gay. You're one of those fucking timeline people.
I'm not.
You're a timeline theorist.
I'm not a
Josh,
timeline
I'm
person.
pretty
I'm just
sure
saying,
you were arguing with them about it, so...
No, I was saying that I'm interested in I like watching the game trailers timeline video, but I don't give a fuck outside of that. I miss game trailers.
I mean, it's just clearly obvious. You've got the Koroks and the Rito. I mean, and Beetle. Enough said. It's also cell shaded.
And if anyone has this and isn't too far in, go find the bowling minigame in the Northwest area and chalk up some money.
At least Link doesn't look like a pedophile in this one, like Toon Link.
Toon Link is not a pedophile. He's a kid.
Yeah.
By definition, he can't be a pedophile.
I don't
Toon
think
Link
that's
is
the
a
right word.
creep. I hate Toon Link. The best part about this game, though, no Navi, no Midna.
Yeah, no help. There's no helper. There's no one telling you what to do. There is, hey, Zelda's in that castle. You probably should go save her.
Good luck.
Oh, also, Imp is in this village. All right, bye.
Here's your
I'm gonna
paraglider and go.
I will literally disappear now.
You get your 3 or 4 powers, and then there's just a huge black map, and you slowly unlock it, and you start realizing how big the world actually is.
Yep.
I mean, we played for hours before I had unlocked the whole map. I mean, I probably played 50 hours before I went and hit the last 2 things to unlock it. The last 2 sections.
And
I I like how it doesn't do the Assassin's Creed thing where you find the tower and it's like, all right, here are all the things that you can do.
Yeah, it just allows you to see what's on the map, like topography and whatnot.
Yep.
It doesn't give any hints or any of that stuff.
And I'm somebody who played a bit of Horizon before this, and they're both being compared to each other so much, which is kind of unfair to both of them. They're actually,
Yeah,
very
Horizon never stood a chance.
it's not even that, Kyle. They're just very different games.
Like that game looks like it's built around combat, and then
Yeah.
there's a ton of exploring and whatnot, which is my biggest question mark about that game because I don't think it looks that fun. It looks tedious.
Yeah.
Where in this game, I avoid combat at almost every turn. I sneak away, I run from it, I hide from it. I have no interest in fighting enemies.
Yeah.
I just skip them because you don't have to. Like you can honestly walk and explore sometimes for 25, 30 minutes before you even see anything. It's great. It's not just enemies everywhere all the time. You know, like in Skyrim, there's always something about, which is fine for that game. In this one, it would just be annoying as fuck.
Yep, Horizon was a bit boring. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I'll enjoy it. I can't see myself doing what David did and like, you know,
Platinum
hitting a
it.
platinum and doing every little thing. That I can tell you that's not going to happen, but it looks interesting and it's my kind of story. I have no doubt that I'll enjoy it, but
After this, I don't know if I can go back to it for a while.
probably not. I mean, I'm going to
Yeah,
be,
'cause,
you guys
I mean,
are much further than me. I mean, I'll be playing this for a while yet.
I'm not really that much further. But Bill, we both done the same amount of beasts.
I know, but you've got another 50 hours on me and another 30 shrines. give
Yeah,
or
but
take.
most of my hours come from me just letting my Switch sit there.
I mean, I've killed all of the low-hanging fruit when it comes to shrines. I actually have to start looking for them now. Like, I don't... The clearly visible ones that I can mark with binoculars and whatnot, those are all been picked away. So, like, the remaining 40 are all quests and a little bit tougher to find.
Yeah.
And I'm
Nance
okay
and
with
I
that.
hit 103 shrines when we were just like, you know what? We've done our work. I don't feel bad using a guide to find the last couple.
Yeah. I'll start clipping away at a map just because I like the shrines. I think they're just fun little puzzles. It's not bullshit dungeons like all the other Zeldas. Just little simple logic tests, and it's fun. I genuinely enjoy them.
I think I have 87 shrines now.
Yeah, so you've got like 30 on me. And even that, what's that, 10 hours worth? By the time you do all the walking around and looking, probably more than that, actually.
Yeah, once you get the Rito Divine Beast thing, you can get around much easier.
I mean, I think in a sequel it'd be cool if you could craft more weapons with materials, that kind of thing. I mean, it's not that you don't have access to weapons; they're everywhere all the time. If anything, I wish I could hold more and have a chest. But I think being able to craft a variety of things would be neat.
It is amazing that one of the biggest complaints was the weapon durability, and I fucking hated it early on.
And then
I
it just
really
stops
hate
being
it.
an issue.
Yeah, it stopped being an issue like the moment you got something above the journeyman's whatever.
Yeah.
Or the wanderer's stuff.
Once I got the Master Sword, that was basically it. Because then you use that as your primary weapon, then you just collect the other ones. That's
I
all.
don't use it as my primary very often.
I do.
I kind of like playing with the two-handed, like, claymore type stuff, or I like the pikes. Even though they don't do a lot of damage, I just find it to be
I just found out today they do a shit ton of damage if you're on horseback.
The
Yeah,
spears are
I'm
really
gonna
good,
try
yeah.
it. I'm going to try that.
But you have to be galloping. Not like the full-on sprint, but you have to be at speed.
So it's kind of like jousting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's where I got the idea. I'm like, what else? Like, I wonder if you can joust. And he just like, I just fucking skewered a bokoblin. I'm like, oh, okay then. This is the way to do it.
And one of the things that really makes it, if you couldn't climb everything and everywhere, it wouldn't work as well as it does. But since you can honestly climb everything all of the time, sometimes I just make a climb to see if I can make it. Because it's fun for some reason. Can I get up there? Can I find a way to get up there? I like it. There's so many well done, well thought out things. Complaints, but it's not worth nitpicking. It's so outweighed by just the charm and fun that I don't dwell on any of the bullshit that would normally piss me off.
Any closing thoughts on Zelda, Kyle?
It's really good. I thought the menu was a piece of shit.
I'm still. That's one that I'll say I am annoyed with, that I don't have inventory on the Wii U tablet. I don't give a shit about the Switch. That should have stayed.
Yeah, it really would have made it 100 times better.
Yeah, that's a little annoying.
But like when you have all of the gear sets and you're just like, all right, let's equip the thing that is most effective in this spot at this time. It's like, all right, hit start, fucking hit the right stick a couple of times, because you can't just easily click over to
you've got
the
7
thing.
pages of ingredients.
Yep. And it's all right. Hit this, get that. All right. Now I'm immune to the cold. Let's do this thing. Now I got to warp. All right. Now I got to fucking do it all over again to get to the heat resist gear, which is different than the flame resist gear.
Well,
Yeah, I get it. It's, you don't wear a fucking shorts and a tank top in a fucking volcano. I get it.
I do.
and we should
Of course
say
you would,
there's
Josh.
weapons that drop everywhere. Armor is not that. Armor is rare, and some of it can be bought, but a lot of it's found in secret shrines and places. So some of them you can save up and get like the proper cold weather gear, but when it comes to like the climbing or electricity, those are in different and varying places, and you just have to find them. And I only cheated on, to figure out where the last piece of climbing gear was, and then was angry that it was the major test of strength, and I had to wait like 15 more hours before I was strong enough to do it. But it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's enough about Zelda.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, probably accurate. There's not a lot of people that bought the Wii U, and it's early in the Switch cycle, because it literally just came out. I hope over time, I don't want to say it's worth buying a console, but I would say close. It's the closest launch, I would say, of launch games in recent memory for systems. This is probably the best excuse. Like, I'm going to buy this to play this game. I'll get a few more out of it, but this one, like, if I would have had to been sitting here without a Wii U and listening to you assholes playing it, I probably would have ended up with a Switch if I didn't have a Wii U. I know that I would have. I'd have been pissed about it, but it would have happened.
Kyle, do you want to talk about the Switch at all, or?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I got the game, like the only games that I thought were worthwhile on it.
Yep.
So, Zelda, and that's it?
Clipper Snips, some like Kingdom for Kefling's reskin, and then Shovel Knight.
I mean, no, as far as like the system's concerned, it's a nice little piece of hardware.
Yeah, but it's got shit for games right now.
Yeah, I mainly wanted to talk about the hardware.
All right. Kyle's Joy-Con broke. The stand that it comes with scratches the screen.
The stand? No, it doesn't.
Whatever.
The kickstand?
Whatever. No, the thing that you put it into. It doesn't
Oh, the
scratch
dock?
the screen.
Yeah.
The dock.
There's
But
some
see, again,
issues
that's not
with it.
happening to everybody,
I know, but still.
which is weird. It's also really stupid that they put a plastic screen cover on it, not glass.
Yeah.
Well, they probably wanted something that was shatter resistant.
Yeah.
I mean, my phone, the Turbo 2's got a plastic screen. It scratches real easy, but it won't shatter.
Yeah,
But I
I'll
will
take
say-
scratches over a shatter any day.
I absolutely love the interface.
Well, I mean, the interface makes sense now because it's like, hey, we have 8 games, so here you go.
Even then, I don't keep a lot of games installed on machines, but it's fast. It's very simplistic. And if somebody ever gets a Switch out there, make sure you put it on the dark theme.
Yeah,
I put
the
everything
white
on the
one's
dark theme.
blinding.
Oh, it's so good on the dark theme. But it has that like little Nintendo charm to it, where like if you go into your friends list, it does a little whistle, which I like. But I'm kind of always a nerd for new hardware and new tech. And then I let it sit there like my Xbox One that hasn't been on in a year.
I let Tyson borrow it a month ago. It's still in the box from when he brought it back. It's going to be the first thing he says to me. It's just sitting on the floor in there from where he set it down.
Overall, I like the Switch. I I don't hate the Joy-Con buttons as much as I thought I would because I have big hands.
Humble brag.
The sticks to me feel like the gamepad's just smaller.
Yeah. I mean, I took it on the train, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty comfortable. I could do this more often."
I didn't like playing games with them outside of the grip because it feels weird having my hands wherever I wanted them to be.
Well, see, Josh, I would like to be able to play it without the grip, but the grip seems to make my connection issue worse.
No, what I'm saying is, yeah, but personally, I just didn't like the feel of it. Like, it felt strange not having my hands so close, like I'm holding a DualShock or something.
I don't know. It's relaxing.
I'm so used to that, though.
So I could just, you know, be in a good posture and just calmly play Zelda.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the feel of it at all. I have to have, like, a uniform controller.
Yeah, it is a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be, though.
The machine itself?
Yeah, the machine itself. I thought it'd be, you know, at least bigger than a friggin' Kindle.
Yeah, I mean,
It's got to be a
handheld.
little portable, though.
Yeah. It's made to be portable, Kyle.
I got that, Josh.
You dick.
As I think I'm the only one who's brought it portable.
No, I bring it to work.
Oh.
Don't talk to me, but look at my Switch.
No, don't
Yeah.
talk to me and don't look at my Switch. I'm playing Zelda. Yeah, overall, I enjoy it. I'm glad I got it. For now. Check back when no more games come out. Where's
Yeah.
my Mario Maker?
Check back in fucking 3 months when there's nothing of
Oh,
value
yeah.
on it.
They're going to be collecting dust like a motherfucker.
No, I am going to get Mario Kart because I like Mario Kart.
It's the same one we've already had, and we didn't play that together.
I played it with Frona a bunch.
Yeah, but still not like... We played Zelda together more than we played Mario Kart.
You never wanted to play Mario Kart because you're
it's
bad
not
at it.
very good.
You're
There was
bad
hardly
at it.
any tracks, and it wasn't... Like, the magic's gone for that series. Because you know why?
Yeah.
And you'll agree with me. You
Yeah.
might be a cunt about it now, but inevitably you'll agree. Is because that Sonic racing that we played blew it out of the fucking water.
Yep.
Oh, this tried to
That's-
rip it off in many ways.
Yeah, but didn't do as good a job. That Sonic racing is fucking great fun.
Yeah, and you were bad at it.
I don't care about being bad. That's clear against you normally. But that Sonic game was a shit ton more fun than the Mario Kart, and that's why it was disappointing. Like, they didn't learn anything from that game.
No, because they're Nintendo and they think everybody's going to want
And
Mario
how
Kart,
hard is
which
it
they
to make
did.
how hard is it to make a fucking Mario game? It's the same fucking thing. To put out a new one with new tracks to re-release what you've already done. What bullshit is that?
I mean, I am going to get it. Inevitably.
I know you. Well, you have nothing else. You have to justify it in some way.
No, I like playing Mario Kart.
We'll see.
I am actually interested in Splatoon, which I wasn't. I wanted it on the Wii U. I just didn't get it.
Oh, Splatoon's not coming out until the summer.
Right. I'm just saying, like, I am interested in that.
Yeah.
That just
So
doesn't
basically,
seem like
it's
a Josh game.
Mario Kart, Splatoon, Mario Kart in April 8th, Splatoon in the summer, and then
Mario
Maybe
in
Mario.
December, I think.
Someday.
yeah, Mario maybe by Christmas.
I mean, if there are some normal games that would be released on that system that would normally be on a PlayStation or Xbox, that would be a little bit more enticing to me, that I could more easily play them in bed. Like, if it's a game I don't really care about graphics, let's say, shit, I don't know, just something off the top of my head. Just a game that I would normally rent, that I could just casually play in bed or something like that. I could see getting it on the Switch for something like that, but we'll have to see what the third-party support becomes. You know what I mean?
I do, Vern.
I think it would add some value, but if it's just going to be first party like the Wii U again, I'll never end up buying this thing.
Right.
I learned my lesson with the Wii U, and there is no Zelda on this one because we just got one. Maybe in 4 years there'll be another one, but I mean, I
Doubt
bought
it.
the Wii U for Mario Kart and Zelda, and yeah,
I mean, I want a Punch Out. I want a Punch Out.
I know you want to Punch Out. But that's not a game that I'm going to play for 6 or 7 weeks. It's something you play for a week or two and then never touch it again.
I want a Punch Out.
Yeah, we'll just see. I mean, I think because Pokemon is so popular again because of phones, if they do it proper with this one.
Pokemon was always popular, no matter the phone
Well,
version.
no,
or
but
not.
but what I'm saying is that the phone thing got a lot of people playing it. If you could put a decent Pokemon game on this, I think that they could grab some sales from it.
They have confirmed that they are doing as far
know.
as I know, they've confirmed that they're doing a real Pokemon for it.
Yeah, that's probably gonna push some sales, I would imagine. I mean,
And
not
I
for
want
me,
Animal
but-
Crossing.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to go to Kyle's town and dig holes everywhere.
I know. What I see from this thing is kind of like the Wii U, where there's going to be a handful of first party that are pretty cool, and it's going to be a bunch of virtual console shit that they bleed out for 4 years and still not have all the games that you might want to play or buy again. And I see how that's what's going to happen with this thing.
I mean, ultimately, I can't look. It's a weird thing to say, and it's not going to be the popular opinion. But I got my money's worth out of the Wii U. I had my fun with it. I played every Mario game on it, be it the 3D one, the new Super Mario Brothers, and the expansion, which had a ton of levels as well.
If Mona hadn't played Mario Kart on it so much, I would say that I did not.
Yeah, see,
In terms of my usage, I did not get my money out of the Wii U. And I'm loving Zelda, don't get me wrong, but I did not get my money out of that console.
I mean, Mario Maker for me, I got my money out of that machine.
Yeah,
I wish it had more. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely do. I love that controller. The gamepad was actually a really cool idea.
yeah.
And it felt good. Even when I remember I was talking to my coworker about it, and I was like, remember when that thing came out and we all made fun of it? And then I actually ended up really loving the way it felt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very comfortable. I mean, I play it for hours. I mean, the entire time I've owned it, I haven't held that controller more than half an hour or 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And I've spent an entire day with it in my hands, plugging it in and out a couple times. It's comfortable. I like it.
So ultimately, I'm all right with the Wii U. Like I said, I wish it had more, but I made my peace with it.
Zelda saved it from... Yeah, after I'm done with Zelda, that's it. I think I'm going to let a guy in the office, I'm going to let him and his kid borrow it so they can kind of play Zelda for a while together, because I think that they'll genuinely enjoy it. Because he's an old Morrowind sort of Skyrim, or Morrowind Elder Scrolls fan.
Yeah, if he'll definitely love it then.
And that's what I keep telling him. He looks at the videos and he's like, I don't think so. And I just keep saying, just trust me on this. The reason you don't like Skyrim, because they remove everything's just follow this marker on the map, follow this path, do this, do that. That's why you're gonna like this. So I'm gonna let him and his kid borrow it the rest of the year, and whenever they get done with it, I don't know, probably go into a box. There's no point in selling it. So,
Man, this was a boring episode.
why?
Yeah.
Because you didn't just sign off and watch hockey?
Yeah, hockey was on this morning. All right, Kyle, why don't you tell them how they can get in contact with us if they so choose?
Okay, you can get us on Twitter. You can get Josh at Nasser, myself at KR Dumont, Bill at Billy Bill Black, the podcast at Critical Strike. You can leave us a voicemail at 909-C-Strike, which is 909-278-7453, or shoot us an email at cstrikepodcast@gmail.com.
He's so good at that. He's so good at it. All these years.
Because you always make me fucking do it.
Yeah, well, you're good at it. If I had Bill do it, he'd be like, Nasero, Billy Bill Black, I'm fucking
No,
Carol
because
Dumont.
I would just question, why are we saying this number that no one ever uses? And is this even still active?
I get a lot of
Don't bother
CBS calls.
or tweeting any of us. Just tweet the show one, and yeah.
I get a lot of CVS calls. Be like, your prescription is right here.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's hilarious. Somebody's dying because of the podcast.
Josh,
Oh,
that's
they're not
so
your
funny.
prescriptions?
No, they're going to the
What?
podcast. Somebody in California. That's where the number is.
Don't you respond to them and say, hey, this is the wrong number?
No, it's been going on for years.
Yeah, there's a doctor somewhere that has a very similar email address as mine, and occasionally I get like seemingly important things sent to me, and I always respond and say, hey, you got the wrong email, this seems important. And they're always very grateful.
Yeah.
Does this look cancerous to you?
Some kid's not on his meds, and he's out there eating paint and punching cats or something.
Oh,
If
One
only
would
my
even say he's
prescription would come
Crushing
through.
the puss?
Good night,
right.
everybody.
we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Maybe.
Maybe.